everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Jade is here with me tonight. We're going to visit with you for a little while because we're going to tell you some weird things that you can do with food. So come back and see how many of these weird things with food that you already knew about. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to share with you some weird uses that we found for food, me and Jade. I have a list over here. So let me set her down. See the camera, Jade? Let me set her down so she can relax. Now, before I start on the list, I wanted to tell you, gas prices here in Dexter have really been dropping down. Last week, they were $4.39. Now, today when I got out, I noticed they were down to $4.35. So I'm thinking maybe next week they'll be down to $4.30. I don't understand why the gas prices are dropping, because I figured when we got close to the holiday weekend that for sure that they would go up, if anything, but that's not the case. They've been dropping. And the gas at the Walmart, Murphy's gas station, it was actually $4.27, if anybody gets their gas there. I stopped getting my gas at Walmart a long time ago because I had car problems, and the mechanic told me that was what was causing it, was that cheap gas from Walmart. So I no longer get my gas there. Okay, on to the video. And this video was called Weird Uses for Food Items. I have 8 of them here. And I know there's a whole lot more than this, but this was just the 8 that I found that I thought was pretty interesting. And the first one is cornstarch. Now, everybody knows that we use cornstarch in cooking mostly for thickening up gravy and stuff like that. I don't really know of any other uses that I've seen where people in cooking use cornstarch other than to thicken up gravy and stuff. But did you know that you can use cornstarch for dry shampoo? That is correct. I guess you sprinkle it on your hairbrush and brush it through your hair, or maybe you kind of lift your hair like this and put it towards the roots and brush it. And it's supposed to act like a dry shampoo. You can also sprinkle it inside of your shoes in place of talcum powder. Now that's a good idea for those of you who have trouble with really sweaty feet and buy that special foot powder. You don't have to. You can just use your baking or your cornstarch. I hope I said cornstarch at the beginning. And the second one is vinegar. Now, a lot of people use vinegar in cooking. They add it to recipes, salads. I think maybe they might use it to make cucumbers and pickled eggs and things like that. But did you know that you can use it to clean glass windows? That's right. You can use it to clean your windows. Take a newspaper, crumple it up, put it in a spray bottle, spray it on the window, and use the newspaper to wipe your windows clean with vinegar. You can also use it to unclog your sink. You put the vinegar in there, you put some baking soda in there with boiling hot water, and it's supposed to make your sink smell good and clean any clogs. And number 3 is rice. Now, rice is something that I really enjoy eating, and my dogs do a lot. They have the brown rice in their dog food, but I use it a lot in casseroles. I also like to cook it in the morning, is have it with butter and brown sugar. But did you know that you can use rice if you craft? That's right. You can use rice for fillers in stuffed animals. Now, of course, you don't want to get the stuffed animal wet. If you clean your stuffed animal, open the seam and take the rice out, because it will swell when you get it wet. But they're really good for using in anything that you want to have a little bit of weight to it. Instead of going to the crafting store and buying those little tiny plastic pellets, use rice. And number 4 is walnuts. Now, walnuts is a very healthy food to have. It's good in cookies, cakes, icings, brownies, all kinds of desserts and things like that. And it's good just to even have a handful of walnuts and eat. But did you know you can use rice, or I'm still on the rice. You can use walnuts to cover scratches on your furniture. That's right. Anything made of wood, real wood, You can take a piece of walnut and rub it on the scratch, and it's supposed to make the scratch go away. Now, I've never really tried it. I'm just going by what I have read, but they say that walnuts do cover scratches. And number 5 is oatmeal. I love a good oatmeal in the morning. The instant oatmeals, I like them too, and they have all kinds of flavors of instant oatmeal. But I have a lot of regular oatmeal here that I cook, and I like to put a little bit of honey and butter in it. It's really good that way, or even brown sugar. But did you know you can use oatmeal in baths as a facial? That's right. I guess you just take a little bit of oatmeal and add a little bit of water, make a paste, put it on your face, maybe in the oily spots, leave it, and then splash the water to remove it. And you can also put it in your bath to take an oatmeal bath if you get sunburned or you're itchy, and it's supposed to clean the poison out of your system and make the itch go away. And probably helps with dry skin too. And number 6 is avocado. Now, who doesn't love a good avocado? I know I certainly do. They're getting really expensive to buy, but they're still a very good staple and a healthy item to have to eat. You can use them in salads. People mash them up and make that famous guacamole. There's that recipe called avocado toast. They're good for that. But did you know you can use an avocado for a facial mask? That's right, you can. You mash it up very finely, mix a little bit of honey in with it, or strain an egg and take the whites of the egg and just mix the whites of the eggs in with it. Spread it on your face once again, leave it on, let it dry, and then splash it off or take a wash rag and clean it off. You can also use it to condition your hair. Like in the shower, I don't know, maybe not such a good idea in the shower because it would go down the drain and clog up the drain. But you can use it to condition your hair after you get out of the shower. I guess, really, I don't know, because it's going to go down the sink no matter what you do if you're going to use it on your hair. You know, you're going to, I guess, run it down the sink with lots and lots of hot water to clean it out. That's a good thing. And number 7 is grapes. I love grapes. I love frozen grapes. I love fresh grapes. I love grapes. I love grape juice. I like to eat grapes in salads. Grapes are just good to have around all the time. It's another one of those healthy fruits. Of course, any fruit and vegetable that you have is pretty much a healthy thing. But grapes are like really super good to have. But did you know that you can mash up and also use them for a facial? Now, that's something I never had no clue about. I guess you mash them up real fine and gooey, put the grapes on your face once again in the dry areas, let them dry, and then splash them clean. Or take a tissue and wipe it off, maybe throw it in the trash. That'd probably be better. We're putting all this food down our sinks. It's probably not a good idea because it's going to clog up your sink. Then you're going to have to call a plumber, right? So who doesn't want to have to call a plumber? I know I don't want to. So I would say take a tissue and wipe it off. And the last one I have is number 8, which is a very popular item and a staple in most homes: potatoes. Good old yummy potatoes. Red potatoes, russet potatoes, new potatoes, all kinds of potatoes. You can mash them, boil them, bake them, fry them. You can use them in salads. It's a very good item to have around. I love a good baked potato with a little bit of chili on it. But did you know that you can use it for poison ivy? You take the mashed up potato and you spread it where the poison ivy's got, and it's supposed to draw the poison out. Now, I also know, I learned this when I used to work in a factory where there was welding. If you get a flash burn in your eye, they say you can take a potato and put it over your eye to help heal the flash burn. Now, I don't remember if you had to mash it up first or if you just slice the potato and put it on there, but it's supposed to help when you get a flash burn. But my sources said poison ivy is good to use potato, and it's also good to put on just regular burns, like sunburns, or if you burned yourself in the kitchen cooking, maybe mashed potato and apply that on there. I also heard too, and I didn't have this on here because it's not a food item, aspirins are good to use when you get a burn. And on an insect bite, you put an aspirin. And aspirin's also too, when you get a bad toothache, you're supposed to be able to put an aspirin in your mouth on the tooth, and it's supposed to help with the hurt. So that's it. That is my list of 8 weird things that you can use your food for. Food is good to eat, but it's also good to have around the house for all these things that I have here. And here's Jade, and we're going to say goodbye, and y'all come back and see us any old time. Bye for this one. Hey, there you are. You are simply amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Come back again.